YouTube segment. Columbus, Ohio, earlier today, Republican or Representative Jenna Powell introduced House Bill 480, which would ban all abortion in Ohio. This bill is a copycat of Texas Senate Bill 8, which was the most extreme abortion ban in the country until today. Ohio's bill goes further and is a total abortion ban. Like Texas, Ohio's bill would establish as its sole method of enforcement a private right of action that allows anyone to sue abortion providers or anyone who helps obtain an abortion. Um, Bro just put any words he could think of. What are you talking about, dude? Why is the government so interested in our uteruses? I don't get it. There's many reasons as to why the government is interested in uteri. So I think one of the main reasons is that because of the fact that millennials have been like just starved out of existence, we're not having kids fast enough to create workers for future generations of oligarchs. Or to create, we're not having potential future workers fast enough for the oligarchical ruling class, and as a result, they're getting angry at us for this. Um, Maryland has a newly proposed bill. Democrats are bad and history shows. The Democrats aren't the ones passing these abortion legislation. Um, we'll go ahead. We'll go ahead and look at Maryland's next. Why not spread love instead of hate like all you influencers do? Where am I spreading hate? Where? Please explain to me where I'm spreading hate. I'm just reading something about something that's very important and that everyone should be looking at right now. This is some important stuff that we all should be looking at. And I have no idea why my camera is bugging out so badly right now. I need I need new equipment so badly. I really do need new equipment so badly. I have no idea why my camera's bugging out. But anyways, okay, well, we're just going to go ahead and get rid of you because you're only here to say that Democrats are bad, which means that you're most likely just a bot account. You're driving a wedge between people. We're also going to get rid of you because you just have a fish. You're just a dude holding a fish in your profile picture, and you guys are never a good sign. Anyways, Ohio has once again proved it is one of the most extreme states for abortion access. This bill goes further than Texas Senate Bill 8, the most extreme abortion ban in the country, and would ban all abortions. If any, it allows anyone, including anti-abortion protesters who have no connection to the patient, to act as paid bounty hunters and take doctors, health centers, and anyone who helps another person access abortion to court and get no less than $10,000. Banning abortion would be catastrophic to communities across Ohio, especially communities of color. Lawmakers and anti-abortion vigilantes have no business making personal medical decisions for their neighbors. That is true. That is true. Liberals love killing babies. I mean, liberals aren't good people either, but not even 10 minutes into stream and the trolls are out in full force. Damn, that is true, Antarctic. That is true. Let me see if I can. I don't know why this camera has decided that it's going to just bug out today, but hopefully we can fix that. Hopefully, but I don't think I can. This is just the best that I can do today. Um, yeah, they're conservative light and literal fascists. Yeah. In reality, both sides are bad. Both Democrats and Republicans, yes. The left is not bad. Just the Democrats and the Republicans, and the right typically, because the left wants to progress society while the right wants to hold society back. It also has to do. It also has to do segregation not being as palatable of an issue post civil right legislation in the 60s. The right pushing for abortion bans wasn't part of the platform until Roe v. Wade. That is true. That is true. It wasn't until they realized that there was a huge market that they could reap from within the conservative Christian base that they actually started to really start touching the topic of abortion. Yeah, that is true. That is true. Again, I have no idea why my camera is doing this crazy shit today. I apologize for anyone watching on YouTube or Twitch. Um, but there's only 3 of you on Twitch anyway, so I'm not gonna really worry about it all that much. I'm just trying to live my best life. Why do people gotta make stuff complicated? That is true. That is true. Why do people have to make stuff so complicated? The law about ectopic pregnancy is absolutely wrong. Yeah, that one too. That one too. That one too. Anti-choice people don't even know Planned Parenthood doesn't even do abortions. Yeah, they don't. They don't really even know. House Bill 480 is clearly unconstitutional and is in direct conflict with the nearly 50 years of Supreme Court justice, with Supreme Court just jurisprudence. Okay, since Roe v. Wade, that was continuously and systematically upheld. Um, this continuously and systematically upheld the right to abortion. Ohio is also seeing another unconstitutional bill, the trigger ban, um, move through the state house. Senate Bill 123 would immediately ban all abortions in Ohio if the Supreme Court upholds a state's authority to prohibit abortion, or if an amendment is added to the U.S. Constitution that authorizes a state to ban abortion. Anti-abortion organizations have fought to overturn Roe by packing federal courts with anti-abortion judges, gerrymandering our state, passing unconstitutional legislation, spreading misinformation, imposing arbitrary restrictions, and waging one legal battle after another. I don't know why I can't talk this morning. Planned Parenthood advocates of Ohio supports advocacy. Yeah, okay. So, oh, what up, Elf? Haven't seen you in chat for a while. So I think what's going on. My friend Sarah Abbey, Redhead Gemini, for those of you on TikTok, or those of you who are watching from TikTok, might know her as. Sarah came up with a very interesting point that I think needs to be considered, and that is that it seems as though what's going on here is they're trying to divide the country in a way with these abortion bans, in the sense that they want to keep, in the sense that they want to make, they want to drive, they want to bring conservatives to more conservative states, and they want to move the liberal, or I don't even want to say liberal, the more progressive thinkers, the progressive people, out of those conservative states and into other what's it called, blue or liberal, progressive, Democrat, whatever the hell you want to call it, sort of states, right? And the reason why they want to do this is so that if they do this, if they attack our rights, that if they attack the rights that they know that predominantly non-conservative people are going to want upheld, what ends up happening is that conservatives are able to, due to the electoral college mainly that favors conservative red states over blue states, with the electoral college, they'll be able to secure wins in the future. That's what I believe, and this is part of the reason why, one of the biggest reasons why I believe, not even one of the biggest reasons, just I think the what's it called, the electoral college is not a democratic, it's not a democratic thing. It's non-democratic. As a matter of fact, it's anti-democratic. The less of a population you have in your state, the more votes in that state matter. That makes no sense whatsoever, and there's no need for it. There's really just no need for it. It should just be one person, one vote, and that should just be the end of it. Just one person, one vote. We would get all the Republicans out of office if it was just one person, one vote. Literally, the Republicans only exist in power because of an imbalance and the fact that we really do not have a state-run democracy, or not state-run, a democracy-ran state, basically. Yeah, we need direct democracy. We really do. We need direct democracy. Before I accept land doesn't vote, people do. Yeah, we aren't a democracy, and we need to be a democracy. Hello, friend. I decided to come over here because my phone. Well, I apologize, Lilith, because as you can see, my camera's bugging out because my computer has just decided that it wants to be a shithead today. It also might just be that this camera is just bad. I have a new one, but it's too powerful for my Surface Pro to run both it and my capture card. I just need a new PC. That's just what I need right now. I'm just in dire need of a new PC right now. We are not we are not a we are not a we are not a democracy. We're not. If we were a democracy, the people want to be in charge would be in charge. We're not a democracy. We're just not. we have democratic we have democratic ideas that float around, neoliberal democratic ideas that sort of drift around, float around, like, from person to person. GPU squish is hard right now. Yeah, true. We have democratic ideas that float around here and there, but for the most part, we are not a democracy. Okay, we're just not. And those who call it who say that I want mob rule, yeah, sure, I want mob rule, 100%. I want it to be the majority of the people. I want true democracy. I want the people to decide what, with education, of course. I don't think that, like, democracy by itself is the only way. We also need people to be educated. We need actual true education, not what's being taught to kids now in schools, and not the stuff that's like, not everything that's taught in college is bad, but not everything that's taught in college is good either. So, I mean, yeah. With Star Trek mob rule, you want civil war and people not to be respected. What are you people talking about? Those of you in chat that disagree with me, what are you people talking about? Yes, education is key for radical discernment. Yeah, like, I don't like we wouldn't have so much of a worry about mob rule if people actually got real education, and if people weren't taught a whitewashed history. We wouldn't have people worrying about this weird idea of mob rule. But anyway, we're talking about abortion today. I don't know why I'm on the topic of democracy. You trolls that are in chat just wanna derail the conversation. Somebody mentioned Iowa. Somebody who had Iowa on their bingo card. Iowa abortion ban. There we go. Can I get a mod in TikTok chat, please? Is there anybody? Is there a friend or a mod in TikTok chat? Oh, was it Idaho? Was it Idaho? Was it Idaho or was it Ohio? Oh, you're going over to TikTok chat, Elf? Please do. Even if you have to leave Twitch chat, I don't care. I just need somebody in here to regulate some of these trolls that are just hate watching. Somebody just start ban hammering the people that are hate watching and derailing the conversation. Idaho. Is it Idaho? It is Idaho? Okay. Oh, Idaho abortion law? Okay. Elf, let me know when you're in TikTok chat. Are you in TikTok chat, Elf? Yeah, Ohio is trying for a trigger law, yeah. Idaho. What are we? Oh, go nuts. Well, okay, don't go nuts. Do a kind of just watch and see, because some people might say things as a joke that might be on our side, so, like, don't ban them. But ban the people that keep saying the same stupid crap over and over, trying to get a rise out of folks. The people that, the reactionary troll types. Just get rid of those people. Okay, Idaho's uniquely evil abortion bill gives assaulters families a say. Oh, yeah, this is the thing that has been going around on TikTok. That's been going around on TikTok recently. I've seen a lot of people making videos about this they're showing the video of the conference or whatever where they were talking about this. Last year, Texas Republicans made a name for themselves when they came up with a diabolical way to not only ban abortions with no exceptions for assault or incest after 6 weeks of pregnancy, but also craft the legislation in such a manner that the Supreme Court would let it stand. Millions of people view SB 8 as gruesome and barbaric, not to mention unconstitutional, for numerous reasons, including but not limited to the fact that many women don't even know they're pregnant until after 6 weeks. But Republican lawmakers in Idaho apparently looked at the law and said to themselves, we like it, but we can make it effed up in our own special way. And somehow they did. We might have to look at another source because this is obviously left-leaning, which is fine. Like, whoa, where? No, no, thanks. Is this gonna require me to donate to keep going? And somehow they did. It's not that I don't mind left-leaning sources. It's just I like to get the whole picture, for one, and two, people like to call you biased for saying that you're only looking at left-wing or right-wing sources, and that way if I look at both, I don't get called biased. On Monday, the Idaho House passed Senate Bill 1309, which, like in Texas, would prevent pregnant people from obtaining abortions after 6 weeks. Idaho's spin: rather than empowering any old private citizens to enforce the law, it specifically allows family members of the fetus, including family members of a assaulter, to sue abortion providers for up to 4 years after the procedure for a minimum of $20,000 in damages. While Idaho has so humanely said that themselves could not sue under the proposed legislations, they could get their parents and siblings to do so, as well as the would-be brothers and sisters of the fetus in question. Oh, and apparently nothing in the bill would prevent a assaulter with, say, 10 siblings from having every single one of them sue individually and then collecting their cash. This is actually right because... Oh, wait. Here's the video right here. Let's see. Is the... Because this was said in the video. Let's turn up the volume here. Yeah, the video's right here. Never been more grateful for my hysterectomy. Man, I'm just saying.
I understand that someone who has committed a rape would not be able to...
Bad word, please. Don't...
Would a family member of said rapist be
TikTok,
able to
don't...
sue? Would they have standing?
Down to 21.
Thank you. If it is the parents, siblings, aunts and uncles, grandparents, then yes.
Same question then for incest as well?
Down to 21.
Thank you. Yes.
So if I am raped and
Did you
she's
see
had an
him?
abortion and my rape
Did you
is
see him blink?
offensive-
Did you see him blink? He was like... Well, he was literally the blinking meme. He was literally the meme. He was like, well, this is crazy.
Would preclude all of them and their spouses from bringing a lawsuit for $20,000 each.
Down to 21.
I'm not sure their spouses are included in this.
Look at him looking up at him. He's looking, this man is like, I don't know if that guy, and there's this guy. I don't know if that guy is like on their side or not, but he doesn't look like it. This guy does not look like he is there. He is in support of this man. Neither does this guy. They both are kind of like, they're both kind of looking at him like, please make this be, please let this be over soon. Please let this be over soon. I don't like this. Please let this be over soon. Ooh, man. His face, they're all just like, this is a thing. This is a thing. I think a lot of pro-life people that aren't radicals are still surprised by this bill. Well, see, the thing is, I think a lot of pro-lifers are radical, if I'm being completely honest with you. Because, like, also, we don't talk about the fact that, like, you know, there's the reason why. So, whenever something like this is fought so hard for against or for whatever by our government, something we have to keep in mind here is that there is most likely a monetary incentive as to why they're doing this. Somebody, somewhere, is throwing money at these people to have these bills be passed. And when I went ahead and did research, I'm going to keep doing more research on it in my free time. But when I went ahead and did research for it, I figured out that, like, the Heritage Foundation is a group that is lobbying against abortion rights and is paying Republicans. And the thing that you have to understand is also that, like, the adoption industry, right? The adoption industry is pretty dirty, in my opinion, because these people, so when you adopt a baby, it's not free, okay? You have to pay money to adopt a child. So oftentimes the people that are going to adopt people, and you never really see poor people adopting, oftentimes the people that you're going to see adopting people are going to be the wealthy. Oftentimes wealthy people who could not get pregnant, could not have their own children, are going to be the ones typically, they are going to be the ones that are typically adopting. So the organizations like the Heritage Foundation are advocating for babies to be born, regardless of whether they're wanted or not, and be given up for adoption, so that they can then sell those babies to make a profit. And yes, the price differs from race. There's a lady on TikTok that has talked about this. About she's biracial, and she's adopted, and her mother was mean, nasty. Her adoptive mother was mean and nasty towards her, and she was adopted because her mother couldn't get pregnant. Her adopted mother couldn't get pregnant, but she wanted a white baby, and they told her, it's gonna feel the same. You're not gonna know the difference or what have you. But for racist people, it is different. It's not the same. Yeah. So. Sorry, I'm distracted by both chats. It's not the same. It is different for bigoted people, and when I found this out, when it finally clicked, when it finally dawned on me, I got really angry because the pro-lifers are advocating that babies basically be sold. That's what they're advocating for. That either people take care of their babies, which is most likely not gonna happen, but they oftentimes go, well, you should just give it up for adoption, give it up for adoption, give it up for adoption. I would rather every baby be aborted than be sold, okay? I would rather black babies be aborted than be sold again, okay? I would rather that. People might call me crazy, might call me evil for this, but I would rather have babies just be aborted, because there is no reason why we should be selling children, and the mother who is poor and starving, or poor, probably not even starving, but is poor, probably would like to take care of her child, but can't, would have to give her child up for adoption, to which her child is then going to be sold, and she not be given a single cent. How does that make any sense whatsoever? That doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. That doesn't make any sense to me. That does not make any sense whatsoever to me. That we're saying, oh, well, you shouldn't abort your child, but you should let us sell your child. Like, abortion definitely keeps the black population down. I would rather keep the black population down than continue to have black babies that are just going to be sold into lives of mistreatment. Okay? Yeah, they always act like it's no big deal or that it's glorious. Elf, are you still in TikTok chat? You got some work to do. Elf or whoever else wants to go from Twitch chat to TikTok chat and mod. So you want to make an LGBTQ segregation space? Where did that come up? Where did that come from? The facets of slavery never ended. It just got spread out. That is true. That is true. Was washing dishes? Oh, no, that's fine. You're cool. You're cool. Yeah. That, just be careful who you hit. Be careful who you hit. But yeah, I don't want to hear another pro-lifer talk about abortion being bad or being wrong until we talk about the fact that babies are being sold. That is what we need to talk about. The fact that these people are making money off of basically poor people, because poor people have always been a great vector in this country upon which money can be made. Okay? Why are kids being sold? Because whatchamacallit, adoption agencies want to make money. Yeah, families should stay intact. But the thing is, our country doesn't allow for families to stay intact, really. It doesn't. It doesn't really allow for families to stay intact. But of course, provisions like these aren't really about actual lawsuits. They're about the threat of lawsuits, which Idaho Republicans are no doubt hoping will scare clinics into no longer performing the procedure. Meanwhile, although Idaho's bill, unlike Texas's, would in theory allow for exceptions in the cases of assault and incest, the New York Times notes that the Idaho bill requires women to file a police report and show it to the provider before they can get an abortion. Because that's fantastic. That is totally how we should do things. I'm joking, by the way. That's not how we should do things. The bill now goes to Governor Brad Little's desk, where he is expected to sign it. Last year, Little signed a similar fetal heartbeat bill into law. In a statement, Jennifer Allen, CEO of Planned Parenthood Alliance, advocates why can I not read today? Made a no doubt futile effort to get him to do right, particularly by the vulnerable people who can't leave the state for an abortion, saying Governor Little must do the right thing, listen to the medical community, and veto this legislation before it forces Idaho patients to leave the state for critical, time-sensitive care or remain pregnant against their will. The antis that say at our clinic say I'm paid by Soros. Lol. Anybody who's obsessed with George Soros is one of those kind of people. Okay, they're Adolf minions. Okay, because that's the whole Jewish question thing. All right, they're those types of people. Okay, yeah. The Idaho bill comes amidst a terrifying assault on reproductive rights. In addition to the possibility of the Supreme Court's conservatives gutting Roe v. Wade, Republicans across the country are currently trying to pass law after law dictating what a pregnant person can and cannot do with their own body. Last week, a Missouri state representative proposed a bill provision aimed at stopping residents from getting an abortion out of state. Wow, it's just every state at this point. It's just every state at this point. Every state is trying to pass. Every time I turn on the news, there's another state that's trying to pass an anti-abortion law or an anti-abortion bill. What the hell is going on with America? Abortion is a medical procedure. It's medical care, people. It is important and vital medical care. Good Lord, Jesus. Last week, a Missouri state representative proposed a bill provision aimed at stopping residents from getting an abortion out of state. Not to be outdone, her colleague proposed making it a felony to abort an ectopic pregnancy, even though the failure to do so can literally kill pregnant people. Quite the world the Republicans want us to live in. Like, good God, Jesus. Let's look at the ectopic pregnancy thing. Oh, wow. I didn't have to go far to find it. Which one's the most right-leaning source? Bloomberg is pretty neutral, though. The Guardian, it doesn't always have the most factual information. Is North Carolina doing the same thing as well? Oh my God, it's like every state at this point. It's like every state. This is why we just need to get all Republicans out of office. Just remove Republicans from the country. Republicans just need to be removed from the country. Oh wow, I guess I can't look at... No, okay, here we go. All right, state lawmakers around the country are ramping up efforts to curtail abortion in all forms, but one Missouri bill in particular is drawing ire for criminalizing the use of certain drugs to treat ectopic pregnancies, which are not viable and potentially life-threatening. Here's a quick rundown on the medical issues associated with the condition and how it fits into the current abortion debate. Ectopic pregnancies occur When a fertilized egg implants in the fallopian tube or anywhere else outside of the uterus, they occur at a rate of 19.7 cases per 1,000 pregnancies in North America and are the leading cause of maternal mortality in the first trimester. According to a study published by American Family Physician, if left untreated, they can rupture internal tissue, cause heavy bleeding, and pose significant health risks. Sterling Ranson, the president of the American Academy of Family Physicians, said ectopic pregnancies are an issue of maternal health that can have long-lasting physical and mental health effects on families. While unable to comment directly on any specific bill, he expressed concern about how legislation can get in the way of a physician's ability to treat patients. As an academy, we're extremely concerned about any potential legislation that could cause an inability for our patients to receive life-saving treatment. It puts us in a very difficult position, he said. What does the Missouri bill say? Induced by House Representative Brian Seitz, a Republican, HB 2810 seeks to criminalize the production, sale, and transport of abortion-inducing medication and other devices meant to be used for the purpose of performing or inducing an abortion. The bill specifically cites abortions performed to end an ectopic pregnancy as covered under the proposed restrictions. This is what it looks like when uneducated politicians try and legislate our bodies. That is true. Because, see, here's the thing. Oftentimes, these bills are not actually written by the politicians that are forwarding these bills. Oftentimes, these bills are written by just crazy civilians or, like, crazy, like, wealthy people and what have you. And the politicians are just like, yes, this will get me in better standings with the Republican Party and secure my position and potentially secure my position as a Republican politician in the future. I'm going to go ahead and sign this bill. This is what happens, like, every freaking time. We are okay for a few years. Our governor is a centrist, but we are okay for a few years. But we are surrounded by people traveling from all over to get to us. Did you cover the arson at the Planned Parenthood in Knoxville? Pretty sure it's someone in Pastor Ken's church who was a radical anti-choicer. Are you serious? The bills are written by dark money groups who are very well organized, not really crazy people. It's all intentional. Okay, so it is dark money groups. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. So the more I look into abortion stuff, the crazier it gets. And it's never the pro-choicers that are getting crazy. It's never the pro-choicers out here going out and like committing felonies and like threatening people and what have you. It's always the pro-lifers. It's always the pro-lifers out here doing the craziest crap, yo. Y'all are out here wildin', okay? Y'all are out here wildin'. Good Lord. But I did not cover the Knoxville Planned Parenthood arson. Knoxville Planned Parenthood fire. What happened here? We'll go to NPR because NPR is pretty neutral. And it was shot up the year before? What the hell? Yo, what is going on? And why did my Xbox freeze? No, refresh. Okay. The New Year's Eve fire that destroyed a Knoxville, Tennessee Planned Parenthood building was intentionally set. Investigators and officials have ruled the fire was ruled an arson on Thursday, after officials from the Knoxville Fire Department and the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, Explosives, ATF, investigated the scene. Officials say they don't know who set the fire. On December 31st, the Knox County Emergency Communications Center received a call at 6:39 a.m. about a building on fire. When crews arrived, they found a single-story commercial building with a fire that reached through the roof. Oh my God. Oh my God. What? The fire, which was quickly put out, caused a total loss of the building. The fire department said there were no injuries. Oh my God. This is an appalling and heartbreaking act of violence towards Planned Parenthood, our patients, and our community. Ashley Cofield, president and CEO of Planned Parenthood of Tennessee and North Mississippi, said in a statement. Unfortunately, this is not the first time we have mourned at the health center. At this health center, this was the second attack in the past year at the Knoxville location on January 22nd, 2021. The 48th anniversary of Roe v. Wade, and unidentified gunman shot through the doors of the building. Yo, why does this not get media and news attention? Why does this not get media attention? But I'm willing to bet that if somebody were to go and like do this same thing to some Republican building, or to do this at like, Marjorie Taylor Greene's Nick Fuentes, like, NASBOL con, like, Republicans will be up in arms saying, look at the intolerant left and how they shun any view that disagrees with them. But like, they go and terrorize innocent people all the time, and then it just gets swept under the rug. Nobody looks at it, nobody talks about it or anything. It just gets swept under the rug whenever the Republicans do it, or whenever like radical far right people go and do crimes and crap. It just gets shoved under the rug every time. My God. Oh, somebody did set fire to the Christmas tree outside the Fox News building. And yeah, and didn't they go ballistic for that? Yeah, exactly. This was the second attack in the past year. Yeah, the building was undergoing $2.2 million renovation and expansion when the fire took place. It must be made clear that these hateful acts go much further than property damage. They harm the patients who depend on safe Planned Parenthood health centers, staff, and providers to receive trusted essential health care services. Alexis McGill Johnson, president and CEO of Planned Parenthood Federation of America, said in a statement. The Knoxville Fire Department is asking the community to share information related to the fire through the number you call. Yeah, okay. Wow. Sorry. Oh my God. They covered all trans healthcare for 200 miles. Wow. The number that you can call also is 1-800-762-3017, or email KFD, capital KFD, KFDA RSON, well, capital KFDA, KFDA, and then the rest is lowercase, RSON at knoxvilletn.gov. It's offering a reward of up to $10,000 for information that leads to prosecution, as it should be. As it should be. Wow, this is insane. But these are the kinds of people that will insist that they're pro-life. These are the kinds of people that will insist that they're pro-life. Wow.